Marvel just launched their new Iron Man book, Infamous Iron Man, and they may have just confirmed that Tony Stark is dead. Hello and welcome to the show with reviews. I'm Auram, and today we're going to be talking about Infamous Iron Man #1, Batman #9, and Mosaic #1. So let's get right into it, shall we? First up is Infamous Iron Man #1, and I have to say this is kind of an interesting book. It's not bad at all, but it was just kind of a weak #1 issue, if that makes any sense. They spent a lot of time here with Doom just kind of waltzing around talking to players that were in Invincible Iron Man and International Iron Man, and then he just kind of becomes Iron Man in like 2 panels. He's just like, I'm gonna be Iron Man, and then he flies off and he's Iron Man. It's kind of a weird thing to talk about Bendis doing something too quickly. Normally he's known for taking his dear sweet time with telling a story, but here he's just like right into it, right into Doom being Iron Man, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse, I guess. The big thing that I definitely want to talk about here is Tony Stark might be dead? I don't know. It's real confusing. There are some lines in the book that heavily imply that he's dead, and Bendis even took efforts to say, like, no, he's not like hiding away or faked his own death again or anything. He is actually dead this time. At least Doom seems to think so, and I'm not sure. As of this recording, Civil War II has not ended yet, and I think because of delays, it was supposed to end like last month or something. That's what I've heard. But this is a huge thing. Like, Champions and Jessica Jones and any other like Marvel Now books have not spoiled something this big, and I'm still not sure what to believe. There's obviously more to it than just simply he died in Civil War II, but this issue seems to imply otherwise. Speaking of him not like 100% being dead, the cover of Invincible Iron Man #1 with Riri makes a lot more sense now after reading this issue, with Tony Stark kind of being a hologram in that. That's not like, that's not symbolism. He actually is that now. I'm definitely gonna keep reading this book, if not only to see if Bendis can pull off a superior Spider-Man-like story. I'm sure he's capable of it, but I really just want to see how far he can take this. Next up is Batman #9, and this series it continues to be one of DC's like best books, if not the best book. It is consistently amazing and fantastic. I love it. Every bit of it. Tom King's amazing. All of it is great. I actually did drop this book for a few issues when it tied into Night of the Monster Man, mostly because I'm only reading Batman and Batgirl. Those are the only 2 like Bat family books I'm following, and like Detective Comics and Nightwing and some other books were tying into that, and I didn't know what was going on, so I decided to just wait until the next story arc started up. And it has now. Batman's leading his own version of the Suicide Squad, and it is so cool, so great. The art has changed here as well, and it is a very welcome change in my opinion. The previous artist did a great job. Haas even got a great Comic-Con out of it over on NerdSync.
#Battober.
Yeah, and it was a fun time. That artist was great, but this art just like solidifies the tone of this book so well. Like it encapsulates Batman so much. And I'm getting really artsy right now, but it is really good. Check it out. And finally is Mosaic #1, and honestly this was a pretty fantastic first issue. It introduces Morris Sackett. He's a pro basketball player who gets hit with the Terrigen Mist and becomes Mosaic. His powers seem to be that he can jump from host to host and kind of control those people, get their memories, abilities, skills, and all that. And once he jumps to another host, he retains all that information. So basically he's just going from body to body, just learning things. It's really cool. It's a super cool concept that's executed extremely well here. None of the characters felt out of place or off. All the writing just felt correct. I will say, it is weird to have an entirely new character just introduced into the Marvel Universe here. I'm so used to having like legacy titles being passed down, or just like kind of new characters, or new characters that were introduced in other books, but Morris Sackett here is just like, he's just here now. Like Miss Marvel, at least, we kind of had her like kind of planted in some of the Captain Marvel books, but as far as I know, this guy was nowhere to be seen in other books. He just kind of popped up with Mosaic #1, which is pretty cool. The art here is also super pretty. Like, it is gorgeous. It's stylized, but not to the point where I start to not like it, aka Power Man and Iron Fist. That art I'm not too fond of. It's just way too stylized, but here it works very well. So yeah, overall, it's a great book and an awesome new character addition to the Marvel Universe. So yeah, those are all the reviews that I have for you this week. Let me know what you thought about the books that I read this week, or If you read anything else, let's talk about all that in the comments. And of course, before you head out, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything that I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. That all being said, thank you so much for watching. Next time I upload my consciousness into my computers so that I don't have to make videos anymore. That guy will do it for me so I can go on vacation and eat some pineapple fruit.